Good morning. My name is Alexandria. I'm one of a couple fine teachers that teaches for Kauai Yoga on the beach here on beautiful Kauai, Hawaii. And we love to practice out here each and every morning to connect with the island, to give and receive our blessings to Mama Kauai in this beautiful backdrop, and surrounded by mana, which if you're not familiar with mana, same as prana, life force, and this energy this island has an abundance of it. So we love to exchange with her every single morning. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So you can go ahead and grab a comfortable seat on your yoga mat, and you can sit cross-legged, you can sit in thunderbolt or legs extended out in front of you, whatever's comfortable. I like to remove the flesh from underneath the seat, get a nice grounding through the sits bones. And as you begin to feel your tailbone, your root anchoring into the ground, same time you're reaching, lengthening up tall through the crown of your head towards the sky. The hands can rest face down on the knees for grounding, or if you feel like you're receiving this morning, palms face up. And if you haven't already, you can invite the eyes closed. And for now, just be. Just exist right here where the weight of your body is on your mat. And notice how your breath is showing up for you today. Is it fast or slow? Is it shallow or deep? And usually the mind follows suit. So noticing where your thoughts are they here in the present moment, anchored? Or is your mind wandering somewhere else? And no judgment on yourself. It's okay. It's our mind's job to think. So whenever we notice it wander, maybe we can just gently and compassionately bring it back to this moment where you can feel the temperature in the air. Maybe you can feel the sea breeze on your skin. That sunshine trickling through the trees. And my favorite part of Kauai Yoga on the beach, we can connect with that ocean right behind us. And that ocean is a reminder that this earth is a living thing. And just like us, it breathes. So I invite you to breathe with the ocean with me this morning, with Ujjayi breathing, ocean's breath. So to practice this, I like to compare it to fogging up a mirror. So we can raise the right hand up to the face and resting the elbow in close to the body. And you can keep the eyes closed if you would like. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, fogging up your mirror. Again, inhale from the nose. Exhale. Noticing that contraction in the throat. Okay? Now if you want, you can lower the hand. Do the same. And when you're ready, keep that contraction in the throat, but exhale with the mouth closed. Should be an audible breathing noise. Now just try to mirror that effect on the inhale. And if you aren't ready, you can invite the eyes closed and just take a few rounds of Ujjayi ocean's breath at your own pace. Maybe with those inhales, you can imagine that wave building up all the way to the top of your inhale. At the top of your inhale, the wave crashes on the beach, washing away any debris of the mind, anything not serving you, leaving you with a fresh, clean slate. 3 more Ujjayi breaths. Make sure your neighbor can hear you. Letting the shoulders melt with every exhale. 2 more Ujjayi breaths. Exhale, relaxes the muscles in the face and softens the tongue. Last Ujjayi breath, make it great, inflate the heart. And if you'd like, you can exhale, the eyes open. Good, let's inhale, big, reach the arms out and up, long towards the sky. The thumbs and pinkies touch as the fingers open wide for Padma Mudra. Mudra for unconditional love, lengthening the fingers up but pulling the shoulders down the back and anchoring, relaxing your seat into the earth beneath you. Let's take an inhale, long reach. Exhale, twisting to the right, anchoring that right hand behind your sits bone, left hand on that outer right knee. Go ahead and relax the shoulders down the back, opening the heart towards the long edge of your mat. You can complete your twist by gazing back over your right shoulder. Now pulling that core in strong, we're going to take 2 big breaths, inflating the belly. Ujjayi breath in. Exhale, gentle twist. We're just warming up here. 1 more breath here. Exhale, releases us center. Hands out to the sides. Fingertips graze the earth. Inhale, long reach all the way up to Padma Mudra. Thumbs and pinkies touch, fingers open like our heart for unconditional love for everything, yeah? Reaching up long through the fingers, anchor through your seat. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twisting gently to the left, arms lower down. Left hand anchors behind your sits bone. Right hand on the outer left knee. Little gentle twist, and you can just add gentle pressure with that right hand into the knee. I like to contract the abdominals, getting a gentle twist in my abdomen, and complete your twist by gazing back over your left shoulder. You can close the eyes if you would like, tune into your body, and take 2 Ujjayi breaths in. Inhale. Exhale through your seat, relax your hips. Another breath here. Exhale, releases us back center. Good. Inhaling, arms out and up. Exhale as the hands come out in front of you, spreading the fingers wide like rays of the sun. And then I want you to plant them right behind your seat, pointing the fingertips forward. Grip the fingertips into the mat. This helps to protect the wrists. And then when you're ready, you can lift the heart, pressing into the fingertips. And if it feels okay, releasing the head back. Opening the heart and the throat. Just take 2 Ujjayi breaths here. Exhale through the fingertips. And when you inhale again, maybe you can experience the heart lifting. Good. Coming back, center gently. And before we forward fold, bringing the bottoms of the feet to touching in a butterfly. This is just so we get an equal stretch in the hips. Okay, so bring the feet in as close to the body as comfortable. Okay, I like to wiggle a little bit on the sits bones, get a nice grounding through my seat. And when you're ready, inhale, arms up long. Exhale, fold forward, hands meet the ground, but now I want you to gaze at the ground in front of you and catwalk the heart to reach forward. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine, gazing up. And then exhale, melt heart and head. Your head gives into gravity. And if you're completely releasing the head, perhaps you can experience an opening behind the neck and that upper cervical spine. Let's just take 2 breaths here. Inhale long through the fingers. Exhale, relax your seat. Allow the head to weigh heavy. Last breath here. Exhale, good. Maybe you can experience your body melting a little bit on that exhale. Now let's roll it up to sitting, stacking 1 vertebrae at a time, head and chin last. Taking our time. We're on island time, got nowhere to be. But right here, in your seat. The hands can come to heart center. Anjali Mudra. Noticing an energy between the fingertips, a warmth between the palms, and your thumbs are connected to your heart center. Now for this moment that you simply breathe, taking a pause to connect with your intention, what called you to the mat this morning? Important pause to notice and honor that. Breathe life into that intention, breath in. Exhale, eyes can open soft, and we can roll over onto the hands and knees, tabletop position. Now if you have any kind of sensitivity under the knees, I do suggest you offer yourself support. So if you're at home, maybe you have a pillow or a folded blanket, or you can simply fold your yoga mat. Give your knees just a little extra padding underneath. Very important joints we would like to nurture. So the knees are planted directly under the hips and the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Once again, we're going to spread the fingers wide and grip the fingertips into the mat, turning them white. This again is to prevent all the weight from being dumped into our fragile wrist joints. So hands are grounded through every fingertip and the knees are grounded beneath the hips. Our gaze is straight down and we're pulling that belly button in strong towards the spine, and just take a grounding breath, feeling the stability of tabletop. Good. Next inhale, lift that chin, lift the tailbone and drop the belly. Smile for a happy cow. Opening the heart and throat forward. On your exhale, use that breath to round and release in between the shoulder blades. Releasing the head down, I like to wiggle it out a little bit. And whenever you come to inhale again, flexing the spine back to cow. We're just going to take a couple rounds at our own pace. Just making sure to synchronize the breath with the movement. I like to be dramatic with the breath. Helps me hold myself accountable. Also helps me keep my mind in the moment, in the practice. And last cat, maybe hold and linger here, or if you want, press into the tops of the feet, elevating the knees off of the ground a couple inches, and just hold, hold. Exhale, release it back down. Lovely. We're going to step forward now with the right foot and then the left. And my favorite position in the morning, we're going to hang out here in forward fold. So there are lots of options here in forward fold. I'm going to turn to the side so you can get a side profile. So let's start with the arms. You can allow them to dangle, hang loose. You can grab a hold of the elbows in a ragdoll pose, framing the head. You can also interlace the hands and bring the hands behind the head
weighing the head down towards the ground with the weight of the arms and gravity. So you don't have to press or exert here. And this opens up the back of the neck, the cervical spine. And for the legs here, you can keep them straight if you would like. I do suggest a slight micro bend in the knees. Or you could pedal them out. Just patiently waking up the backs of the legs. Okay? Or maybe if your arms are grasped in ragdoll pose, you can rotate the upper body right. Take a full breath. Feeling the back of the left ribs expanding, and then when you're ready, take your time slowly rotating over to the left. I like to try to bring my arms parallel with the foot. Take a full breath here, expand into the right ribs. Good. Exhale, center, and just take another opportunity, another moment to express your forward fold. However it feels good for your body today. This is your practice. Last breath here. And exhale, releases the hands down. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. So for half lift, we are reaching the head forward, shoulders are pulled down away from the ears. We're experiencing a long spine propped up with the hands on the thighs. Let's take an inhale here, lengthening. Exhale, fold. Good, melting with that exhale, yeah? Inhale for length, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Once more, inhale to half lift, long spine, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Good. Little micro bend into the knees. And then we're going to press into the feet and taking our time slowly, slowly, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. I like to do so with my eyes closed, cueing into those little micro movements happening in the body. The head stacks last. Finish it with the arms out and up, all the way to rise. Exhale, hands come to heart, Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes and pause for a moment, just feel. Inhaling together. Exhale, eyes open. Inhale, arms out and up. Reach with energy all the way up to those clouds with the fingers. Exhale, swan dive. Lead with the heart all the way down, forward fold. Good. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, you can plant the hands. Big step back with the right foot only. Get a little runner's lunge on this side. So I have my left knee directly over the ankle. And I'm on my right toes. I'm going to lengthen that right heel back to stretch the muscles in the right calf. Okay? At any time, you are welcome to drop that right knee down to the ground. If this is a lot, I like to teach an accessible, all levels class. Okay? Let's take one more breath here. Lengthen that right heel back and feel the weight underneath the left foot. Good. Anchor the hands. Now step back with the left foot, and we are in plank. And we're going to embrace this plank for a moment. So again, I'm on the toes of both feet now, lengthening both heels back now. Long calf muscles. My belly button is pulled in strong towards my core, and my hands are directly underneath my shoulders. Fingertips spread wide, gripping in the mat. Let's take a breath here in plank, strong plank. Good. You can lower the knees first if you would like, and we're going to lower down Chaturanga, hugging the elbows in close to the body. All the way down onto the belly. And releasing the tops of the feet to the mat, pressing the hands down and forward, lifting just the heart and throat forward in Cobra. Now, we'll know if we're in Cobra If we can lift the hands, Cobra doesn't have legs. Keep breathing our Ujjayi breath, powering the heart and throat forward. And if you want additional challenge, lifting the tops of the feet off of the mat, spreading the toes wide and pointing with the ball of the foot. Lots of muscles engaged here. Let's take a powerful Ujjayi breath here. Exhale, release everything down. Curl the back toes under, plant the hands, and the hips are gonna lift up and back. First down dog of the day. Take your dog for a walk, pedal out the feet. Continuing to wake up the backs of the legs. The priority of down dog is actually to lengthen the spine. So I'm really gonna focus on my alignment from my gripping fingertips in the mat, pressing the hands down and forward in the mat, which will automatically shoot the hips up and back. If I need to, maybe I'll bend into the knees in order to get that alignment from wrist to tailbone. And then I can gradually straighten into the legs when I'm ready, or you can just continue to pedal them out. Give you another breath in your down dog wherever you are. Good. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, curl it into the chest, hover a moment, and then step it through with control. Nice and slow, yeah? Okay, so we're in a runner's lunge on the other side. Right knee is over the ankle, and I'm on the toes of that left foot, lengthening that left heel back, long calf muscles. And remember, you can drop down to that knee at any time. Okay, so if we're in a runner's lunge with the knee off of the ground, lengthen the heel back. At the same time, feel the weight under the right foot because we're using power in this leg, yeah? Heart and throat are reaching forward. Let's take an inhale here. Good. Exhale with control, step that left foot forward. Forward fold. Nice. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Head reaches forward and shoulders are pulled down the back. Exhale, folds forward. Inhale as you bend into the knees and press into the feet. Roll up, root to rise, building energy for our practice. Inhale at the top. Exhale, heart. Keep that energy flowing. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive, leading with that open heart all the way forward fold. Drop the head. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, hop, walk, or step back into plank. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders, and the feet are hips width distance, lengthening the heels back. Drop down to the knees at any time. We're going to embrace our plank for a strong Ujjayi breath in. Exhale, lower down, hug those elbows in close to the body, Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra, or if you feel warmed up, you can press all the way to up dog. Exhale, release it down. Back toes curl under, hips up and back, down dog. We're only going to be here for 2 breaths. The legs are starting to feel a little more warmed up now. One more Ujjayi breath here. Good. Inhaling that right leg back. Pointing with the ball of the foot, spreading the toes. You can stack the hips here. Okay, we're in a 3-legged dog here. And if you want, you can bend the knee, drop the foot behind you, maybe gaze underneath your left shoulder. See if you can see that foot suspended. Okay, try to keep the shoulders square to the front of your mat. Keep gripping with those fingertips. But if you feel stable here, maybe you want to draw little circles with the knee, opening up that right hip and groin area. Okay. Inhale, that right leg back long. Exhale, curl it into the chest, hover a moment. Slow and with control, step it through. Woo, those transitions though. Let's curl that back heel down at 45 degrees. I want you to focus on the strength of your right foot. Press it into the mat using the power of the leg to lift to warrior 1. Now before I include the arms, I like to bring the hands to the waist. Manually adjusting my hips, making them square towards the front of my mat. And then once my whole lower half is situated, then arms overhead. Okay, fingers up with energy. Shoulders are pulled, down the back. Beautiful, my hips are square. And I'm not fanning my ribs forward, I'm trying to pull my core in so everything is stacked strong, right over the hips. I'm just gonna take 2 breaths here. Whew. Let's take an inhale. If you want challenge, maybe sink a little on your exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Lovely. Arms lower down to warrior 2. Turning your feet perpendicular so you're opening up towards the long edge of your mat. And I have a lot of cues for you here. Here we go. We're going to inhale the head up. Exhale, shoulders down, the back. Inhale, fingers long in opposition. Exhale, power in this right leg. That knee is over ankle, yeah? Same time, curl the outer edge of the back foot into the mat. And lastly, you want to make sure everything's stacked. So if the chest is popping out and the booty is popping out, I just want to bring everything in, stacking strong over the hips. Now we're here. We're going to take 2 breaths in warrior 2, gazing over this front middle finger. Inhale. If you want challenge, sink to your edge on that exhale. Whoo, baby. Let's take one more breath here. Exhale. Release by straightening that front leg. Beautiful. You can scooch that back foot in a little bit if you're sliding. And we're going to reach the right hand forward. Reach, reach, reach all the way to the edge. And when you can't go any further, you can move the arms together. Dropping the right hand down to the floor, ankle, or shin as the left hand reaches straight up. So I got a couple key cues for us here in Trikonasana triangle pose. There's barely, if any, weight on this bottom hand. You can even hover because we're using our core here. And I like to pretend I have these invisible strings attached to these top fingers and it's pulling me up to the sky, really engaging my core. I'm going to take one more breath here, lengthening up these top fingers. Exhale as I hinge from the hips, back up to standing. Gorgeous. Bending back into this right leg. Left hand falls to back thigh, right palm flips up, reach it forward, up and back. Reverse warrior. Right knee over ankle, my ribs are opening, my whole front right side body. Okay, I'm gripping with the outer edge of the back foot. Both feet are strong. Let's take one Ujjayi breath here. Good. Exhale, right elbow down to the knee. And left hand reaches up. Okay. So I like to have intention in this right hand. So instead of just letting it flop, we're going to either fist, open palm, or mudra with this bottom right hand as the left hand reaches straight up. This is option 1. Option 2, this left hand can reach forward at an angle, palm facing down. And now we're in an extended side angle. Okay? Next option, if you have more room in the hips, maybe the right hand wants to drop down to the ground and the inside of the foot. Okay? Another option, maybe this top left hand wants to reach straight up and you can bend the elbow, releasing the arm behind the back. And you can release the head here, opening up that left side neck. And last option for my binders, maybe this right arm threads underneath the leg, grabbing the left hand behind the right hip. And now I'm going to gaze up at the sky here. I'm lunging powerfully into my right leg and still gripping with the outer edge of the back left foot. Lots of engagement here. Let's take one Ujjayi breath wherever you are. And exhale, that left arm reaches up, straighten into, actually let's windmill this left hand down. And framing that front foot. Back into a runner's lunge. Plant the hands, step that right foot back. Lovely. Lower the knees down to the mat. Sit back on the heels, reach the hands forward, and just take a couple breaths to reground yourself. Beautiful. So we still have to do the other side. A little bit of balance. Getting these legs warmed up. Let's take an inhale to the fingers. Exhale, let's roll up, dragging the hands into a thunderbolt. Nice and slow. I like to pause at the top. Exhale, eyes open. All right, back onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Curling the back toes under, hips up and back. Down dog. Pedal out the legs, stretch them out before we do the other side. Okay? All right, take one more breath here in down dog. Good. Let's inhale the left leg back this time. Stacking the hips here. And I like to spread the toes and point with the ball of the foot. You can leave the leg extended here, or you can bend the knee, releasing the foot behind you. Maybe you gaze underneath your right shoulder and you can see that foot suspended. Keeping my shoulders square to the front of the mat. And if it feels okay, maybe you want to draw circles with this knee. Opening up the left side hip and groin. Lovely. Let's take an inhale to lengthen the left leg back long. And let's curl it into the chest. Hover for a moment before mindfully setting it down. Okay. Curl that back heel down at 45 degrees. Once you get both feet anchored, focus on the power of the left leg in order to lift. No arms yet. I want to bring my hands to my waist so I can manually adjust my hips. And then once my whole lower half is situated, then arms overhead. Warrior one. Okay, fingers up, shoulders down. I'm going to bring the ribs in, pulling in my belly button strong, engaging my abdomen. Okay, and my left knee is over the ankle, gripping with the outer edge of the back foot as well. Let's take 2 breaths in warrior one. Ujjayi breath in. Exhale. If you want challenge, sink a little bit forward. One more breath here. Exhale. Releases the arms down into warrior two. Bringing the feet perpendicular and opening up towards the long edge of our mat. Okay, lots of cues here. We're gonna cue it head to toe. Here we go. Inhaling the head up. Exhaling the shoulders down the back. Inhale those fingers long in opposition. Exhale, power in that left leg. Same time, curling the outer edge of the back foot into the mat. I'm going to bring my chest in, bring the booty in, stacking everything strong over the hips. Now we just have to breathe, right? We're going to take 2 breaths in warrior two. Inhale. If you want challenge, sink to your edge on that exhale. Whew, we're only here for 1 more breath. Inhaling strong. Exhale. Good. Release by straightening into that front leg. I'm going to scooch my back foot in a little bit. Now I'm going to reach that left hand forward, keeping the arms up and long. Reach, reach, reach. And then when you're ready, you can move the arms together. Left hand drops down to the floor, ankle, or shin, as the right hand reaches straight up. And we're in Trikonasana, triangle pose on the other side. Now a key cue I like to give here, besides the ones I've already offered, is not to hyperextend your reach back. You think you're going deeper? No, you're just inviting potential injury to the shoulder. So I want you to act like you're smushed between 2 panes of glass. Okay? Remember, there's barely any weight on this bottom hand because our invisible strings are pulling us up to the sky, engaging that solar plexus. Okay? If available, maybe you gaze up at that top thumb. Good. Let's take a breath here in Trikonasana. Exhale as you hinge from the hips, back up to standing. Lovely. Bending back into this left knee in a warrior two stance. But then we're going to release the right hand to the back thigh. Flip the front palm up, reach it forward, up and over. In reverse warrior. I'm getting a nice stretch in this front left side body. I'm getting some power in this left leg. My knee is over ankle, yeah? And as I'm breathing deep, 2 Ujjayi breaths, that inhale expands right here in the left ribs. As you exhale, maybe you sink a little for challenge. One more breath here. Exhale, release back center, lovely. And windmilling left elbow down onto the knee. Right hand reaches straight up. Okay, so remember, all levels, so I have lots of options and variations for you to try. And we are not always perfectly symmetrical, so please listen to your body. First option, remember, intention in this bottom hand, open palm, fist, or mudra with that left hand. Right hand reaches straight up, or right hand reaches forward at an angle, palm facing down, an extended side angle. Imagine your entire right side body is lengthening out the fingers and through the outer edge of the back foot. Next option, maybe you have more room in the hips and that left hand might want to drop down to the inside of the foot. Okay, a little deeper here. Next option, maybe the right hand reaches straight up. You bend the elbow and release the arm behind the back. Opening up that right side neck and shoulder. And last option for my binders, maybe that right hand wants to thread underneath the thigh and bind the hand. So wherever you are, respect your edge. See, even I'm not perfectly symmetrical, so I'm gonna invite the pose here. Wherever you are, 2 Ujjayi breaths. Inhale big. Exhale, release your bind if you're bound, and windmill the hands down to frame the front foot. Or back into a runner's lunge. Anchoring the hands, step the left foot back. Lower the knees down, either together or if you want to get deeper into the hips, to the width of your mat. And then lower your seat back to the heels. Wiggle the belly in between the thighs as you reach the hands forward. And bow the head. Child's pose. Three more Ujjayi breaths in child's pose. Releasing the hips back towards the heels with every exhale. You just melt a little more. 2 more. And last breath here. Good. Walk the hands in towards the body. Coming up to a thunderbolt. And surrendering a hip to swing the legs forward in front of us. Lovely. So maybe bounce out the legs a moment. Whew. Feels pretty good. All right. So just taking a quick forward fold, actually not so quick, we're gonna go nice and slow. So again, I like to remove the flesh from underneath the seats, get a nice grounding through my sits bones. And I even like to use my hands to manually adjust the legs by pronating my thighs and calves inward. Okay, flexing the feet, engaging the legs, protecting the knees. Now I'm going to sit up nice and tall, anchoring through my seat, reaching up through the crown of my head. Okay, inhale the arms out and up, all the way to Padma Mudra. Thumbs and pinkies touch and fingers open. Let's take an inhale to lengthen here. Feet staying flexed, and then on the exhale, fold forward. So the hands fall wherever they gravitate to naturally. Maybe it's the shins, maybe it's the ankles, maybe you got a hold of the feet. Wherever you are, just get a little grip with the hands, because on the inhale, I want you to look up. Inhale to lengthen the heart forward. And then exhale, melt and bow the head. So call this my wave technique. Let's do it 3 more times. Inhale, head and heart reach forward. Exhale, fold, melt. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, lengthens, receives through the heart. Exhale, surrenders the weight of the head forward, and you can hold here for a couple Ujjayi breaths. See how much you can surrender and release that head. Good. Let's roll it up to sitting. Head and chin last. And go ahead, slowly lower down all the way to your back. I like to rock the hips a little bit, forward and back, side to side, massaging that tailbone. And then I'm going to bend the knees and plant the feet. The arms can come to either a T position, palms facing down, or the arms can bend at 90 degrees in cactus pose. Either way, the purpose is to keep the shoulders anchored, okay? Now I have a couple variations for supine twist. Okay, variation 1's very, very simple. You simply take an inhale. Exhale as you drop the knees to the left and turn your gaze to the right. Okay, this is option 1. Another option is before you drop the knees, let's cross the right leg over the left leg first. Maybe you simply cross once, maybe the foot can intertwine around the ankle. And then when you're ready, you take your inhale. Exhale, dropping the knees to the left. So see, in this version, you're just taking yourself a little bit deeper. Turning the gaze in the opposite direction of the legs. Completing our twist on a physical and energetic level. And when you breathe here, right, big Ujjayi breath in, I want you to notice the belly expanding. And when you exhale, maybe noticing the abdominals contracting slightly, maybe consciously pushing stale air out of the lungs to engage the abs in our twist. Keeping that right shoulder flat on the ground the whole time. And exhale. Good. Let's bring it back center carefully. Take your time. Untwist the legs if they are crossed. Plant the feet. And windshield wiper the knee side to side. Recalibrate the spine. Back to center. And same thing, maybe you already know what variation you want to take on this side, or maybe our bodies are perfectly symmetrical. So just listen to your body. Variation 1, we take our inhale. Exhale to drop the knees to the right, keeping the feet where they are, turning your gaze to the left in the opposite direction of the legs. And that's one option. Another option is cross the left leg over the right first. Maybe you intertwine at the ankle. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, the knees fall, surrender to the right as your gaze turns to the left. So I'm keeping my left shoulder flat and anchored on the ground. As I Ujjayi breath in, noticing the belly expanding. And on the exhale, I'm experiencing my twist in the abdomen. So in these twists, we are stimulating the lymph nodes, we are detoxifying the body, and we're stimulating our internal organs, which is great first thing in the morning and last thing before bed to wring out any residual digestion or to facilitate. And you can simply receive the pose, the asana deeper by breathing deeper. Good. Great Ujjayi breath in. Exhale. Carefully releases everything back to the center. Untwisting the legs if they are crossed, planting the feet, and windshield wiper the knees side to side. And keeping the knees together, you can bring them in towards the body, giving yourself a hug. Okay, so here you can continue to rock the knees side to side, massaging the spine. You can also take the knees away from the body, massaging the low back, sacrum, tailbone, maybe even the glutes. Just keep the knees together and you can rotate however and as fast or as slow as you want. Okay? So taking another moment, just give ourselves that massage, that extra pampering, attention and nurturing. And then when you feel like any movement is complete, yogi's choice, you can end by hugging the knees into the chest. So yoga calls this knees to chest. I call it self-love pose. So I'm taking this opportunity to thank my body for how strong and capable it is. Taking a moment of gratitude for myself, for making this time for myself. And I love myself intensely by using the muscles in my arms, squeezing the legs into the body. Flex the feet to engage the legs. Tuck the chin to include the core, lifting the head off of the ground. I even want you to scrunch all the muscles in your face. Just take a breath, take a moment to love and squeeze. And exhale so you can release. Everything long on your mat. Again, yogi's choice. If there's any residual movement your body is asking for, I fully encourage you to give that to yourself. So now would be that time. Otherwise, if you feel complete and you are ready to rest and digest in Savasana, you can allow the legs to lay long, flopping the feet open. Or if you have any pressure in the low back, you can bend the knees and plant the feet and allow the knees to fall inwards towards each other, taking pressure out of the low back. For the hands, you can have the arms resting down long at your sides, palms facing up to receive. I like to pull the shoulders down, away from the ears. Or maybe you rest the hands in Trimurta Mudra in a diamond shape right over the belly button. Sending some warmth and nurturing and recognition to our solar plexus, our center of confidence, our inner fire, and our knowing. And if you aren't already, you can invite the eyes closed. Breath can return to normal. And you have nothing else to do. Nowhere else to be. And this time is for you. Savasana. Patiently, bringing awareness back into your body. Keeping the eyes closed, but you can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And start to invite some movement into the arms
and legs. Circling the wrists, circling the ankles. Point and flex your feet and turn your head side to side. And as if you are awakening for the first time today, arms reach long overhead. Take an inhale to lengthen. And on the exhale, melt. One more time for good measure. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, melt. In your own time, eyes staying closed, you can roll over onto your side and just rest there for a moment. Holding yourself and supporting yourself with this practice, and the earth underneath us supporting us always. In your own time, keeping the eyes closed, you can use the strength of your arms to assist yourself up into a comfortable seat. Palm facing up on the knees to receive. So much to receive when we allow ourselves to receive. And on Mama Kauai, we have this beautiful gift of mana that I hope you can feel. She speaks to us in many ways. Through the singing of the birds, the wind whistling through the trees, that warming sunshine dancing on our skin. And again, that ocean. Gentle enough to cleanse us and powerful enough to move mountains, and so alive. A reminder that this earth is a living thing. And when we take time to connect with ourselves, we are more open and able to connect with this beautiful Mother Earth that we love so much that we are willing to protect every way we can. Sealing our practice in Anjali Mudra, hands at heart center. Energy between the fingers, warmth between the palms, and thumbs are connected to our heart center. And from this heart space, we send out our warmest mahalo keakua to Mother Island and Mother Earth, thanking her for another beautiful, blessed day. And from my heart to yours, and from Kauai Yoga on the Beach, mahalo nui loa. Thank you for receiving practice today. Namaste.
Our yoga on beautiful beaches of Kauai, where nature and spirit of yoga practice are deeply intertwined. Mahalo and have a beautiful, blessed day. On Kauai, join us every Sunday at 8:30 or online at kawaiyogaonthebeach.com. Namaste.